of Data Science Live. My name is Mr. Campanell, and I'm going to be doing some live coding with the R programming language. I'm enjoying a small bit of mukbang today. It's going to be some ramen that I made myself, not instant ramen, real ramen, okay? And hopefully provide a little bit of companionship for the next 20 to 30 minutes. Today's episode, we're going to be visualizing video game sales data in R. It's going to be more on the exploratory data side. So we're going to build out some quick and dirty and fast visualizations, and to get us a little bit familiar with the data set. So one of the things that we're going to do with the data is do some quick plots. I think they're area plots, histograms, and I believe we're going to do a box plot as well with the data. And really fast, easy, and the primary reason is just to get a sense of the data. So what I'm going to do now is, well, let me see. I got to pull up my chat here first, and let me do that here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I'm having mouse struggling issues here. So let's pull that up, and we'll go to. Because I have a multi-stream chat that I do here. Pull that up and put that down here. And I'm going to copy and paste this link here on Kaggle and put it in. So that's the data set that I am working with. And if I can maybe just pull it up, and let me see if I can put it in here. I'm going, oh, that's what I'm going to be eating today. That's my ramen. So let's put the link in here and show you the data set that we have going on here from Kaggle. Kaggle has a lot of user-generated data sets. So we got sales data from 16,000 games. Gregory Smith posted that about 4 years ago, and it's got a lot of good data to it. You can find a lot of data sets here onto Kaggle, and use them to play around with. Though I do want to say buyer beware on these. They are user generated. I wouldn't put so much emphasis on kind of the truth in that data or trying to find truth from this data, but they're good. They're good for learning. So that is that's the data set that we're going to be working with today. And as usual, I do love to give shout outs to my new followers on Twitch. So a shout out to Warm Winter, a shout out to Flying Hedge Herd, and a shout out to Messy Chef JJ. So appreciate the follows on here. And again, follow me on Twitch. You can follow me on YouTube, and I'm also on Africa TV. So go live every Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, I'm going to loosen my tie here, and we're going to get started. Okay, got it all loose. And the three packages that we're going to be loading in here, dplyr, as usual. Excuse me, read R. That's to read in the CSV file that we have from the video games, and then ggplot2, which is going to be doing our visualization. So read those things in here, and let's bring in our data. So I'm going to call this video game sales. All right, and we'll just game sales, and I'm going to go to read CSV, and I have it on a download here on my PC, so I'm just going to bring it in there, but you can do the same. You got the link, and we're going to run that. And if we take a look, we have, I'm just going to pull this up so we can take a look at it. So we've got kind of the name of the game, the platform that it's on, the year for the sales data, genre, publisher, and then we have NA sales, EU sales, Japan sales, and then the rest of the world, and it's all kind of rolled up into global sales. So I've got the data here, and I think the next thing that I want to do is I just want to bring in, I've got 11 variables, but I just want to work with a smaller set. So I'm just call this game set, and we'll go game sales, pipe that, and we're going to select, we're going to do year, we're going to do platform, and we're going to do global sales. All right. And the other thing that I want to do here, because I've reviewed the data set beforehand, is I want to clean it up just a little bit. There's some data in there that for the years 2016, 17, and 2020, that's just really sparse, and I don't need it. And then there's not available data for as well for year, and that's not going to be of use to me as well. So because if I wanted to start to look at this by year, I need to have the year. So I'm just going to filter this, and I'm going to do not year percent in. So this is really not in is what I'm doing, but you have to put the not, what is this, exclamation point before the column that you are using for your filter. And then I'm just going to put this in a little vector here, and single quotes, and /a, and what else we have? 2016 and 2017 and 2020. Okay, and this is going to be my game set data that I'm going to use. Okay, that's good. So we reduced a few hundred observations out of this by just doing this filter. And the other thing that I kind of really what I really want to do is I just want to narrow this down to one platform. And the platform that I want to narrow down, let's just take a look at it here. I want to narrow it down to the PlayStation. So you see PS, PS2. I imagine we're going to have PS3. Yep. PlayStation Portable. I think I'm just going to do the consoles, not the portables. So we'll go to 2, 3, PlayStation, and PS4s. So that's kind of the next filter that I want to do. Okay, put the shift there. Station for my comment, and I'm going to say, and that's going to be game set, and we're going to just do kind of pretty much the same kind of filter here. Tilt filter, and we're going to do PLAT platform, and it's going to be the same, percent in, and I'm going to just put my vector here, PS. I like to do single quotes, PS. But if I have, okay, let's put these on caps lock so I don't have to keep hitting the shift key. PS2, PS3, and PS4. Okay, so run this, and I've got 2,689 records for the PlayStation. I just want to take a look and see, yeah, all the platforms here. And we're seeing this global sales number. And according to the metadata for the data set, I believe he says that sales are in the millions. Okay, so that's the numbers that we are going to be looking at. Okay, now that I've got it, now it's time to do some visualizations. And the first one that I'm going to do is going to be an area graph. And that's going to kind of give me an idea about, a little bit of an idea about the distribution of the data. And so let's start with our area graph. This area. Oh, get rid of the caps lock, Mr. Campanell. Okay. And I'm going to call it PS area. And we're going to take ggplot. All right, and we're going to use PlayStation as our data set. And AER aesthetics value is going to be global sales. Global sales. Okay. And then I'm going to add a geom, which is area. And we're going to put it in a bin. And so the stat equals bin is what we're going to use to plot this thing out. So it's really simple. It's really fast and easy. You just have really two statements on here. And I'm going to run that. So that's created my area object. And I'm just going to type it down here in the console, PS area, to just kind of pull up the plot. Okay, and I'm just going to zoom out on this. So this plot is pretty not that, well, it is informative, but it's not telling you a whole lot other than you have a lot of your data kind of all pretty much grouped up in here, all your sales data. And remember, this is per each type for each game title. So that's kind of interesting. And then you kind of have this tail coming down here. You've got kind of a long tail down to, looks like about 7 or 7.5. And it goes out all the way pretty far. So you got a lot of outliers out here. One of the things I think I want to do with these graphs is, I know that I've got these outliers. These things are going to, if they're my sales, these outliers are probably going to be like your really mega hits. And I want to just kind of throw them out for now, because I'm really not that interested in mega hits as much as I'm interested in the platform as a whole. So I'm going to throw those out. I'm going to filter these. We'll filter sales greater than 7.5. I think that's probably the right number to do here. So I'm going to go back here and into my PlayStation, and I'm going to add a filter here, another filter, and we're going to say if I filter global sales, and we're going to have it less than equal to 7.5. Okay, and rerun this again, we should have fewer observations, but not that much fewer. Yeah, so it went from 2689 to 2670, so we dropped 19 records. So that's, but it gets rid of kind of a lot of this real long tail out here. So I'm just going to run this again. It's probably going to look very similar, but just take a look at it anyway. And it's telling me stat bins using equals 30. Pick a better value for bin width. Probably you're right. Our studio messages, ggplot messages, but for now, I get to see a little bit more detail of this distribution here. And yeah, a lot of these sales are under $1 million. You have a fair amount between really 1 and 2, and then it all starts to long tail out on you. So that's our first graph to give you an idea of what your data is looking like. And I think that one thing that I might want to do with this graph is get a little bit of a different representation and build it out as a histogram. It's going to follow the same pattern, but you're going to see groupings, and that's the next thing that we're going to do. So I'm going to call this histogram. And PS HIST, we're going to do ggplot, and for the histogram, it's still going to be the same. So I'm just going to copy this right here. All right, and I'm having trouble with my shift key today. Okay. And now we're going to do geom, really trouble. Geom histogram. And we're going to say, I'm going to make, since they said bins should pick a better value for your bins, I'm going to pick a different value. And I'm going to say bins equals 45. Okay, that might be a little better. We're going to run our histogram. Okay, we got our histogram object, PS, ST, and run it. And let's take a look at our plot. And let's zoom this out. So, kind of looks like the area plot. And I think I can maybe go back here. Take a look and see if I can go back. Pull this up. Yeah, so this is our area plot right here. And if I go forward here, we'll go back to our histogram. But it breaks it up into groups. So you get a little bit of similar style, but you know, we're seeing this is kind of your biggest spike here. So we've got about 700 of these in this range, about 500 here, 550 around kind of this, and then this is where you start to see your drop off. So again, you know, we're not even at 1 million here with most of these titles. Most of these titles are looking to be, I'd say $100,000 to $150,000 in total sales. So quite interesting. And I think as gamers probably know, there's a lot of games you play and they're not very good. And you play them a few times and say, I'm done with that one. So that's this group here. That's the I'm done with that one really quick group right here. Okay, so I'm going to just push this down. And then the last one that I want to give a try here is I want to do box plots. And in this case, I'm going to group it by the platform. And box plots are a way to do summary visuals, and that's we're going to put that. So let's get this. XPLOT. All right, and PS box, and we're going to do GG plot, PlayStation, and AES. For this, we need to put an X and a Y variable. So I want to group it by platform, and that's going to be my X. And then my Y is going to be global sales. Sales. Okay, and then I'm going to add my box plot on here. And GEM box plot. And we're just going to leave it as the defaults and run this. Okay, and then PS box. So I'm going to zoom this one out. So I'm seeing the PS2, PS3, and what happened to PS2? What happened to PS2? I'm just seeing PlayStation, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Oh my. Yeah. Mr. Campanell, you're having so much trouble typing today. You have to put an S in that data set. So, all right, I'm going to put the PS2 in here. And then now let's run this out. And PS box. Okay. Now my PS2 is showing up. All right. So we're going to take a look at the box plots. The box is showing you the bottom one is your 25% quartile. The top of the bar is your 75% quartile. From the 25% to your 75%, that's called your interquartile range. And then this line in the middle is your median. And what we're seeing here is, and then these are your whiskers, your high whiskers and your low whiskers. And then these are all your outliers. And there's these I think are 1.5 times the interquartile range. So if these values are 1.5 greater than the interquartile range, they're going to show up as your outliers here. And these are going to be your hit titles mostly. These are the ones that are really successful. And as we see here on these box plots, right, 100,000 or 1 million here. So, really 75% of the games released don't even get to $1 million in revenue for their lifetime on the PlayStation platform. So, if you're want to develop a game and you think it's going to make you rich, well, you need to do something up here, because more likely than not, you're going to be ending up here. Half of the games, which is your median here, are really substantially under 1 million. They're even under $500,000. It looks like probably around $100,000 to $200,000 in total revenue. So not a pretty picture for game developers here, unfortunately. So that's all that I have here on these visualizations, and I'm just going to maybe put this down here and give you a chance to maybe play around with the code. I've got some ROM in here waiting for me that I'm just going to munch on for a little bit, and then we'll get back to the final wrap up. So here we go. Let's take a look here. We'll take there. That is what I am feasting on tonight. This is nice because it has a little holder for your chopsticks, so it's a perfect ramen. Perfect ramen bowl. And it's not just plain ramen. I have shiitake mushrooms in here as well. Little veggie ramen. Slurpable food, right? Very slurpable. Um, little thought I just had was on Data Science Live on my YouTube channel. The VODs are subtitled in 17 different languages, so that you can follow whatever language you have, and you can search on it for data science topics. I use Google Translate to do all the subtitling on there, and so I'm just a little bit curious for this episode with those Slurpee noodles, how they're going to be able to translate those. So I've got something a little bit curious to take a look at after when I start to do my translations this week. Anyway, that's it for Data Science Live. I hope you learned a little bit here. The nice thing about these visualizations, as you can see, there's only just really one genome statement that you need, and you can build really quick, fast, and easy visualizations for your data to get a feel for how it looks, how it's distributed, and these are really good to kind of help you start to plan out your analysis. So again, they're fast and easy, and when you get a new data set, this could be one of the things that you could start on for some exploratory data analysis. So that's it for episode 28. Please follow my channels. I'm on Twitch, YouTube, and Africa, and then turn on the notifications for when I do go live. I appreciate your companionship with me here today, and until the next cast, goodbye for now, dear friends.